Thank you all very, very much for joining us today. My name is Barry Rabkin. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Identified Technologies, and I'm here to talk to you today about what drone mapping has to offer each department of your company and answer your specific questions. As questions come up, feel free to type them in the field below the video, and I'll try to address them as they come through. Just to talk through the agenda for the day, we're going to go through drone basics, how drones are benefiting your specific industry, what drone mapping has to offer each department of your company, open it up for audience Q&A, and then we have a special limited time offer just for the live attendees. So in terms of the basics about drones, I want to talk about the past and the present of drone technology. Now, we've had remote control planes and helicopters for decades. So why is there this sudden focus on drones and drone mapping and use for industrial professional purposes? Well, this was the common remote control aircraft experience for decades. You'd fly as a flimsy little toy. It would get caught by a gust of wind or just by difficult control manipulations and smack on the ground. It'll bust. You know, they're made of like cardboard, paper, and you can't do anything with them. They're just sort of a toy for entertainment. So what changed? Why is there this sudden massive interest in drones today? Well, that's you really have to thank government and private sector innovation for coming together to make the modern drone as we know it today possible. And that's a combination of NASA flight controllers, the US Navy's GPS technology, miniaturized sensors like accelerometers and gyroscopes, miniaturized high-definition digital cameras, all combined with model aircrafts, make the modern drone as we know it today possible. And a lot of people ask, well, what's the perfect drone? And there really is no perfect drone. There's hundreds of drones out there for dozens of different applications. And I know it can feel overwhelming, but the number one thing you need to do is figure out, what are you trying to achieve? What job do you want this drone to do for you? No single drone is perfect for every application. It's about finding the right drone for your specific needs. If you're in the military, that may be a $100 million Global Hawk from Northrop Grumman that weighs 32,000 pounds. If you just want to snap some photos, a Phantom Vision from DJI is perfect. It's pretty cheap at around $1,000, and it'll let you capture aerial photos. So it's just depending on your specific need and applications. And we're seeing a lot of early drone use for things like capturing real estate photos, roofing inspections, sports, movies, TV commercials, a lot of shots that previously could only have been captured by a plane or a helicopter. And you're seeing experimentation for drones for delivery by companies like Google and Amazon. So how are drones benefiting your specific industry? Well, we're seeing drones used for mining, construction, oil and gas, agriculture, landfills, mapping, and surveying. And in all of those industries, there's project managers and survey and GIS teams that need to know what's going on the ground. How are things changing? How are things evolving? Every day, these managers are asked to do the impossible. They have to go to war with a mountain of paperwork, communicate to their contractors, leadership, customers, while trying to maintain visibility to every change that happens on the job site. Some of these are massive, hundreds or even thousands of acres, all at once. And in most cases, they're still trying to track the site the same way it was done 20 years ago, with rolled up paper blueprints, walking the site with clipboards, taking notes. And all the stakeholders have to actually physically visit the site to see and check the progress. And unfortunately, aerial overhead data is only very rarely captured due to the large costs and delays of it. That leads to a few problems. It leads to inefficiency, because expensive contractors and rental equipment, which can be $5,000 or $10,000 a day, often goes unused or underutilized due to bottlenecks that could have been prevented. It goes to project delays while you're waiting for customers to get out to the site to approve portions of work and release funds for the next section. It goes to low profits. When projects go over budget, it comes directly out of the construction company's profits. And unfortunately, it can lead to lost customers because customers who experience disappointment on their projects may not use you again, may stop mid-project, or may even file lawsuits. And the fact is, it is impossible to make fast, informed decisions without consistent site visibility. Just the way you can't be an expert marksman if you're blindfolded. You have to be able to see what you're working with. And the benefits of drones are they give you job site visibility. It's accurate. It's automatic. It's near real time. Instead of waiting for months, you can map a 100-acre job site in minutes, and it's secure. So who are we? I want to tell you about Identified Technologies. We offer the easiest way to track industrial projects. We do it for leaders in energy, construction, excavation, mining, and engineering. And we offer this service because manual tracking is slow, it can be inaccurate, dangerous, and costly. We offer the world's only automatic EDAS subscription system, which is end-to-end drone as a service. That means we cover everything you need to automate your drone mapping process, from the hardware, the software, data processing. It's a total solution, and you don't end up in a situation where different vendors or different tech suppliers are pointing fingers at each other, blaming the other, where you're left without a solution. We're headquartered in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we serve clients around the world. So what is the real value of drone mapping? Why would you want that? I'll break it down specifically by departments, but I want to give you the high level. There's 4 things that we will help you do. If you're serving clients, we'll help you win more bids. You can service your customers better, and you stand out from your competition with technology leadership. You can work more profitably because you can see exactly how the job site is progressing. And instead of reacting to where your job site was a month ago, you can respond and plan based on where you actually are today. We help with quality assurance to quickly diagnose any issues, communicate them with their team, and fix them. And that leads to improved client satisfaction and retention, which leads to more customers. We serve companies in the ENR 400, including companies like Cozing, Seneca Resources, PJ Dick, Mascaro, EQT, and Americal. And we've been featured by TEDx, Inc., CNN, South by Southwest, TechCrunch, NBC, and most recently the New York Times, Huffington Post, Salon, and Forbes about 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I should also add, if your company requires an IS Networld approval, we actually are ISN contractors. We're one of very, very few drone-related companies in their community. We have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. We have complete $5 million general liability insurance coverage, and we're the fastest growing drone company on the East Coast. In terms of what kind of data you can get with drones, it goes way beyond photos and video. With our technology, you can get automatic advanced surveying and mapping. So not just photos, but actual 3D high precision volumetric analysis. And you can map multiple stockpiles at once if you're, let's say, an aggregate or on a large earth moving project. We offer contour mapping built right in with our SiteIQ technology, orthomosaic overlays, and as-built versus as-planned blueprint overlays. So you can compare how the project was planned and see how that's actually lining up with what's on the ground. We make it easy to monitor progress reports, do heat map cut and fill tracking over individual areas or large areas. You can track the cut and the fill progress over time to see how far you are away from your goal and make sure that you're not going to fall behind. And if you are, you can bring more people on the project. You can also compare different rates of progress across different managers, different job sites, and you can securely share the data and export in all major file formats. In the future, we're testing NDVI, or normalized difference vegetation index sensors, thermal imaging, sense and avoid technology, gas detection and methane, and multispectral. We're always improving our technology so it never becomes obsolete. We're constantly sending improvements out to make it even more efficient and even more powerful for you. So how are we different than alternatives? A couple of ways to gather aerial data, or I should even just say gather mapping data. You can do an aerial survey with a plane or a helicopter. You get good aerial data from it. The issue is it's very expensive because you're paying for huge amounts of equipment. You're paying for highly trained commercial aircraft pilots. You're paying for jet fuel, and just to get them out to your site with all those things is easily $15,000 or $20,000 just for a 100-acre site. For a manned survey, it's not as expensive for the time, but it takes much longer because they actually have to traverse what can be very difficult, hazardous terrain, dodging power tools and steep slopes. And again, for a 100-acre site, it can easily take 20 days at about $1,000 a day for a team. So either way, you're looking at $15,000 to $20,000 just to get one scan. And then, especially in the case of the manned survey, after you've gathered that data, you're 20 days in, you have to process the data, put it together. You're just seeing where your job site was 15, 20, 30 days ago. You still don't know where it is today. The difference, if you go with an EDAS model, you're getting your data in almost real time. You can capture 100 acres of data in about 9 minutes. Data processing time is a couple hours. So if you fly that morning, that afternoon, you know exactly where the job site is. And you can fly as often as you want with unlimited updates with one low-cost monthly subscription. So if you want to fly every week, that's fine. If you want to fly every day, that's fine. You get constant updates and complete access to that data and tracking that data over time. If you want to build out your own system, that's another option. You will need to manage internally the FAA regulations, drone pilots and training, software, hardware, processing, storage, management, scaling, risk and insurance, both for the drone itself and the usage of the drone if anything goes wrong. And with most drones, even by themselves, if they crash or they need to be replaced, you might be paying $50,000 per crash, even if no one's injured or nothing happens. With us, if something happens, the drone replacement is included for free. There's no charge. The normal drone mapping process, if you're doing it yourself, you need to mark a KML with the map perimeter. You got to lay ground control points, create and upload your flight plan, fly the drone, geotag the data, transfer the data, process the data, manage and store the data, and then finally you get to analyze and collaborate with your team on it. With us, it's a little different. You just have to upload your flight plan. You push a button on the drone, it will automatically take itself off, fly the job site, capture all the data, come back, land itself. You upload the data, it's processed automatically, and then a few hours later, you can access and analyze your job site. So you get right down to the data and the insights you need. There's no manual piloting. You don't have to work joysticks. It's very scalable across even, large communities, even if it's different companies around the world. And it's a commercial grade product that's robust and reliable. So there's a few different videos. I don't want to waste your time watching videos actually that you can see on the website. But if you want to learn more, I would encourage you, after this is over, watch the video on the top of our homepage that shows some of the work we're doing for Seneca Resources on upstream and midstream energy production, and check out our solutions page. You can see more details about the kind of data we offer, and really getting to see Site IQ, our software, in action. So now we're to the point of the meat of this presentation of what does drone mapping have to offer each individual department of your company. So maybe you think drones are a good idea, but how do you get your CEO on board? How do you get your GIS team on board? What's in it for each different group? So let's talk through it. So we're going to talk to the needs of CEOs, COOs, CFOs, CIOs, regulatory, project managers, head surveyors, and the GIS team. And if you didn't know what these people did in the past, hopefully by the end of the presentation, you will. So you've done your research. You know that using job site mapping will help benefit your business, but to move it forward, you need support from the other key members of your company. Everyone has their own objectives, and they'll only give their blessing as they see how it's going to benefit them. So this quick guide will help you address the priorities of each decision maker in your business. So let's start right at the top. The CEO has final responsibility for the success or failure of the company. So using the EDAS model, we help ensure that projects are completed on time and on budget and correctly. This improves client retention and increases profits. It also helps win new business. So to rise above the competition, you have to differentiate what you do and how you do it. Our drone technology gives you a unique selling point when bidding new jobs, helps you work more efficiently, and it positions the CEO and your company as innovative technology leaders. And a quote from Jeff Bezos, who's the CEO of Amazon, is, "In business, what's dangerous is not to evolve." Second in command to the CEO is often the COO, or Chief Operations Officer. They're responsible for the day-to-day operations and efficiency of the company. So EDAS offers a complete autonomous turnkey workflow, from push-button drone flight to cloud data access in hours, rather than the typical weeks or months. Now, all the stakeholders can finally get the timely and accurate information they need to make fast, informed decisions. The Boomerang's easy and reliable functionality empowers teams with more information transparency, more safety, easier communication, and it allows projects to be completed with less rework, with less wasted time and resources. Most importantly, the technology helps keep employees out of harm's way, helps spot potential safety issues so they can address them before it's too late. And Nasanda Netta said, "Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Success is doing the right things right now." So it's all about that fast, responsive time, never sitting on your hands, always having the data you need to move forward. The CFO, or Chief Financial Officer, is responsible for the company's financial condition. They recommend how the company should invest its money, taking into account cash flow, risks, and rewards. So for them, other solutions have to be paid 100% upfront. So if you're going to buy your own drone, maybe that's 50 or 100 grand right out of the gate, not even counting the team you need to manage it, the processing center, storage, all that. And they require additional costs for development, integration, maintenance, expansion. If you want to bring that over to other departments, you're starting over and paying again. With identified technologies, we don't want you to have a big CapEx that hits your bottom or top line. It's just a subscription model. So you just pay for as long as you're using it. And if you're ever not happy or you want to switch to a different service, you stop paying. We take the risk and the cost out of the equation. We take care of the regulations, systems development, processing, maintenance, updates. We include automatic software and hardware updates, again, so you never have to worry about your project or product being obsolete. We include free replacements of any damaged or malfunctioning equipment. So again, no surprise costs, no upfront CapEx. And we reward the company so they have more accurate and faster data, allowing them to make more informed decisions sooner and operate more efficiently, which means higher profits at the end of the day. From Chris Chacola, the quote is, "The fact is that one of the earliest lessons I learned in business was that balance sheets and income statements are fiction. Cash flow is reality." So we definitely help with cash flow. Now for the CIO, Chief Information Officer, or the CTO, Chief Technology Officer in your company, this could also be the Director of IT. They're really responsible for the company's technology footprint. They identify new tech products to give the company a competitive advantage within its industry. So imagine trying to do your job today without a computer, or without a smartphone, Drones are to the present what computers were in the 1980s. You don't want to get left behind as the competition adopts transformative new technology. We take care of the entire workflow from flight to processing and secure cloud access. We offer mapping software exports to all industry standard formats, and we're always working to improve the capabilities. So you always have the latest technology, and our dedicated team is available for all your onboarding, training, operational, and technological questions and support. So Michael Fontaine, the technology manager for Crescent, said, with so many competitors hungry for business, if you want to stay profitable, you can't offer the same old thing and let your service become a commodity shopped purely on price. We've stayed unique from the competition by emphasizing our technology automation advantage that gives us and our clients faster, more reliable results. Using the boomerang differentiates us. It allows us to give our customers something new that no one else can. Now, for your regulatory department or legal team, they're responsible for handling all legal issues that arise through the course of business. So we handle all the necessary regulatory issues involved with commercial drone operation. We ensure you're flying legally. We have our own internal $5 million insurance to mitigate any legal risks. And quote from our chief pilot is, if you or your contractors are flying drones commercially, the FAA will knock on your door to inspect your business records and shut you down if you aren't fully compliant. These FAA inspections are only a matter of when, not if. And now for project managers, they're responsible for the oversight and smooth operations of all aspects of the job on the site. And the boomerang mapping drone and SiteIQ lets you see and track job sites in near real time right from your desk. So this continuous job site visibility lets you make fast, informed decisions, operate more efficiently and more profitably. And you also don't get nasty surprises where you think that a project is going well, like that is going to be very profitable, and then find out that some things weren't going as well as you hoped as you progress through the project. Being able to share and collaborate with data with stakeholders is a huge advantage, and daily updates end productivity bottlenecks and help you foresee and prevent potential problems. A quote from John Mackin, a project manager at one of our clients, Mascaro Construction, said the boomerang is a great tool for quality control reporting and measuring cut and fills. You can quickly capture and share permanent records and avoid quantity and cost discrepancies with clients. It's especially valuable for large areas that might be hard for an individual to access, such as elevated areas or difficult terrain. And for a head surveyor, they're responsible for surveying the job site and generating up-to-date and accurate maps. They have to navigate things like rocky terrain, hilly areas, water, steep slopes. And those are just a few of the obstacles that surveyors face, not to mention dodging massive trucks. And traditional methods such as manned helicopters or a foot survey can be time-consuming and can be expensive. The EDAS model makes aerial mapping faster, more reliable. Using the boomerang as a tool, you can now map in minutes what would have taken weeks or months with traditional methods. The data accuracy is comparable to LiDAR, which is the highest industry standard. Bill Clifford, one of our customers, the head surveyor for Kokosin Construction, said, boomerang drone takes workers out of harm's way. You can just sit back safely and watch it work. Our clients and directors offsite were thrilled to see the job site progress without the cost and inconvenience of coming out. The combination of precision, 200 times faster speed, reduced cost, and increased safety checked every box for us. And for GIS managers, they're responsible for surveying the job site, generating up-to-date and accurate maps. They need to, for regulatory purposes and for operational purposes, know exactly where every project is all the time. And for them, the real advantage is getting easy, accurate, affordable, updated data. Before, they would often have to send out survey teams, in some cases over hundreds of miles of pipeline, or vast, dangerous job sites, which can be very expensive, very time consuming. This lets them easily and cost effectively get timely, updated data for all their different operational and regulatory needs. So, why use identified technologies? Why consider mapping drones? You can maximize your new bids won, your jobs completed per year, your profitability for each job, your stakeholder collaboration, and your client satisfaction and retention. You can minimize billing reconciliation delays, surprise project costs, overwork and rework, mass haul costs, equipment and labor costs, contractor injuries, late and over budget projects, and regulatory technology setup and problems. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me today. I know you're all busy, and you could be spending your time a lot of different ways. And I'd like to answer whatever questions you might have about mapping drone technology and the specifics of identified technology's EDAS model. If you haven't yet, you can sign in right below the video. You can be anonymous if you want, and I'll answer any questions you have. And if you have a question that I can't answer, then I will invite you to speak with our tech team. They're experts, and we'll make sure you get the data you need. And I also want to give you the opportunity, if you go to the bottom right of this page, you have an opportunity to win a free month of automatic drone surveying. Recently, GI Consulting won, got a free month of unlimited mapping drones mapping. I know they were happy. And you just, after this webinar, click on that link, get free aerial drone mapping. Just tell us a little bit more about your specific needs so we can learn more about where to take our technology and how we can help you. And you have a great chance of winning a free month of drone mapping. With that, I will open this up for Q&A. So Clay asked, do our cloud servers conform to FedRAMP security protocols? I unfortunately don't know what that means. So I'm going to have to ask you to hit the contact us form, and we can talk to the tech team. I can tell you that I know that we use a secure cloud based service. It's a service that's also trusted by hospitals, government organizations, a lot of very massive high security groups. They have incredible redundancy in the data to make sure that it's all fully secure. But I don't know the specifics of FedRAMP security protocols. So again, for this, I would have to ask you to just click the Contact Us button at the top of the site. Take a second just to fill it in, and we can tell you more. Does anyone else have any other questions about mapping drones, how it helps different departments of the organization, limits or specifics of the technology? You guys are going easy on me. You got to have at least a couple of questions. Okay, so one guest asked, have the drones been used to map wetlands? So because they capture from an aerial overhead view, if there's very thick foliage, like thick leaves on trees, drones or planes or overhead LiDAR won't be able to go through those leaves. So usually how it's been used in situations like that is if there's large, wide open areas, which there often are, things like pipelines, impoundment ponds, excavation projects, then the drone mapping can be used for 99% of it. And then for hyper specific spots that, let's say, are under tree cover, there you'd still use standard ground surveyors. So it's definitely not a replacement, and surveyors are always going to be important, but we can help with some of the large, wide open, particularly hazardous areas that may be difficult for them to access in a timely manner. In terms of QA and QC, uh, I'm not exactly certain what the limitations are, or what your specific question is. So it's comparable to LiDAR accuracy. If you're curious about other levels of output or specifics, then again, I would invite you just click the Contact Us button, or sign up for a demo, and our team will be happy to reach out. They can learn more about your specific needs and give you access to see more of what our technology can do for you. Does anyone else have any other applications they're curious about? Oh, good question. Okay. So when you fly over public roads and spaces where random people are involved, like commercial stores. So in most cases, oh, and paving. Oh yeah. So actually, a lot of a lot of our customers, like Kekosing, use us for heavy highway work. They're doing a project right now in Kentucky where they're knocking through 5 mountains, and this is two giant 1,000-acre sites. So it's almost impossible to capture accurately all that data in a timely manner. So paving and highway is definitely one of our, I would say, primary applications. Um, and someone just asked, can we fly under tree canopy to get ground elevation in forested area? I mean, if the trees are really tall, it's fine. But in most cases, we'd be flying pretty high up, about 200 feet or so, just so you don't risk a chance of running into a tree, or let's say a crane on a construction site or something like that. So in most cases, we'd be flying over the site in sort of wide open areas, again, like excavation, aggregate, construction projects, even landfills, all of those situations. So you've all had awesome questions. I want to be respectful of your time. So if you do have any other follow-up questions, please just click the Contact Us button in the top of our website, or you can sign up for a free demo to see SiteIQ in action. If you want a chance to win a free month of surveying, just click the Win Free Drone Surveying under additional links in the bottom right. I'll be sending out tomorrow a recording of this webinar and a white paper PDF that you can share with your coworkers or other people that you think would be interested. Or if you want the PDF now, you can just click View White Paper right under the text field. With that, again, I want to thank you for all your time. I've enjoyed speaking with you. I want to thank you for your great questions, and wish you all a wonderful rest of your day and week. Thank you.